Hi, I'm Dan Griffin. Today I'm going to introduce an information security model which I call the 4 pillars of endpoint security. The 4 pillars of endpoint security are endpoint hardening, endpoint resiliency, network prioritization, and network resiliency. I'll describe each pillar in a bit more detail and demonstrate some example technologies that you should consider when applying this model to your network. The goal of the first pillar, endpoint hardening, is to ensure that network assets are using the latest technologies to defend against threats. Examples of threats include unsafe email attachments, computer viruses, and any content your users access by web browser. One example technology that provides endpoint hardening is antivirus software. Here you can see Microsoft Security Essentials running on this laptop. Another example technology that provides endpoint hardening is the isolation or sandboxing of computer application processes. This protection is applied to Internet Explorer versions 7 and 8 on Windows Vista and Windows 7. Here you can see that Internet Explorer is running with low integrity. That means that even if the browser is compromised by a malicious website, the attack can't spread to other processes running on this host. The goal of the second pillar, endpoint resiliency, is to ensure that system health information is gathered and monitored so that failed devices or applications can be automatically repaired. One example technology which provides endpoint resiliency is network access protection. Here you can see that this laptop is fully compliant with the requirements set by the network administrator. For example, it has the latest antivirus signatures and the firewall is enabled. The goal of the third pillar, network prioritization, is to ensure that application bandwidth needs can be met even if the network is under attack or if nodes have been compromised. After all, line of business applications such as voice over IP and streaming video are not only bandwidth intensive, they are also becoming critical for day-to-day operations. Without bandwidth guarantees, network connectivity may be moot. An example technology which provides network prioritization is diffserv. Here you see that I'm creating a new group policy setting to limit the outbound bandwidth consumption of a certain application. I set the policy name, specify a diffserv code point value, and an outbound throttle rate. Then I set the application name, and I accept default values for the rest of the policy. It's important to note, however, that bandwidth throttling and bandwidth guarantees complement each other but are not the same thing. Guarantees can only be provided by your networking equipment. The goal of the fourth pillar, network resiliency, is to allow for seamless failover. That is, for business operations to continue even during a network outage. Two example technologies which provide network resiliency are virtualization and clustering. Here you can see that this virtual machine will be hosted by a high availability cluster. If one of the Hyper-V servers in the cluster fails, the guest machine will continue to run on one of the other servers in the cluster. In summary, the 4 pillars of network security are endpoint hardening, endpoint resiliency, network prioritization, and network resiliency. Together, they serve as a model for analyzing your network, for identifying risk, and for making wise investments to protect your business needs. For more information about this model, please see my article in the October edition of Microsoft TechNet magazine. A link can also be found in my blog.